Hey kiddos, this is Ronin120 with a walkthrough and commentary video from Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Today we're playing Over the Fence, extracting all sorts of folks, but mainly the Russian engineer. But before that, we have a few more objectives we can complete. Here's the list, but I'll discuss the order. First, we'll extract the four-wheel drive that patrols between the outposts. It's a bit of a wild card, but it passes by Wakh Sind Barracks. Then we'll extract the prisoner, we'll secure some blueprints, and finally we'll extract the engineer, and we'll do it through the hole in the basement ceiling. First, it's important to start the mission from this side of Wakh Sind Barracks. I'm starting from the ground. This might work if you start from the air as well. I'm just going to mark Alpha for some intel, and Bravo where we're going to enter the barracks from. First, we're going to extract the four-wheel drive or the Jeep, and we're going to lay a trap for him using D-Horse. If you have the defecate command, you can make D-Horse go somewhere along this road. About here is fine. If you don't have the defecate command, you could just use D-Horse himself as a roadblock to stop the Jeep. Get a little out of sight. And there's a sandstorm coming, so we gotta hustle when that Jeep comes by. Get it airborne before the storm hits. There's our Jeep. Rush, rush, rush. And up, up, and away. We'll head towards Alpha. There's some intel over there. It's not super necessary, but if you didn't know it was there, it's just good to have. Sometimes I use materials I've already collected as waypoints or landmarks to set my marks on the map if I happen to know where they are. And over here I think there's some minor metals or something like that. It's a guard post. There's some intel in there. I think there's also a radio in there. If there's no storm in here, you could still go down in this ravine without fear of much detection. And sometimes this guard is just outside, but he shouldn't be too hard to neutralize. And there's the intel. And this will tell us the location of the engineer we're trying to extract. Now let's head towards Bravo. It's close to the entrance on this side of the barracks. I believe there's some medicinal plants over there. I forget if it's Golden Crescent or some such. Alright, so we're close to Bravo. We don't need to go all the way because you see this square little sign? Alright, that's our landmark, and just follow me. I lied. Follow me. Now, if you've seen me play Phantom Limbs Chapter 1, there was a side objective out here in Wakh Sind Barracks. And on my way out, I used this rocky cliff path to get out of Wakh Sind Barracks and down this side. We're going to use that same path, but to get in. But instead of dropping from ledge to ledge, we're going to have to like navigate, weave, and climb a few. Climb a few of these little rocky areas.
Analysis complete.
So follow me or experiment a little bit for yourself. Here we are at the gate, but we can go a little bit higher. And over here to my right, there's a guard post, though I haven't seen a guard up there yet. Over here on my left is the top of the big gate. If you look over here, there's a prisoner, but it's not the engineer that we want, but it's someone else. Now, if you don't get the intel, then this prisoner should tell you where the engineer is. From here we have a great vantage point. Over here I'm going to mark the building where the blueprints are. We can use this vantage point to do some marking. That's our exit. This is where the prisoner is. And you can still be seen up here, so don't do any. So on this side of the barracks, there's several buildings. There's 6 of them. And there's soldiers within him, patrolling between them. In fact, there's one here in the same building as the blueprint, and he goes to this building as well. And then there's this guy just hanging out. And this one is the one that patrols between the blueprint building and the one right next to it. So he'll just go in one building, hang out for a bit, and go to the other building. At night, I've seen him be in the blueprint building and sort of doze off, just sort of like sit and then sleep for a couple seconds and then wake back up. It's easy to hold him up when he's like that. And when he hangs out in this building right in front of me, I can just wait for him to be there, and then I'll just crash through the window of the other building. So I think he'll be here for a bit. So I'm just going to go through the window of this other building.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
And there it is. Alright, so now let's get that engineer. He should be in this building, but I'm not going to go through the top. I'm going through the basement entrance, right there.
destination.
So far, so good. I'm so mad at myself for that. I could have done so much better. And our engineer is right through this red door. We'll switch these guys out. Alright, and we can Fulton him through the hole in the ceiling, which is close by. And go left, left, right, and right here. Make sure that the Fulton is at 100% chance. If it doesn't come up, then reposition yourself, but don't take too long. There's those guys that we dropped outside, and there should be patrols right above us. In fact, I think one of them just saw the engineer go up.
Mission order has been updated.
Now let's get out of here. So we're up the stairs, and we're just going to make our way to the opposite side of the camp. There shouldn't be a lot of threats going this direction, but always keep a lookout. I suppose I could have Fultoned that, but no worries. There might be someone up there. There's that searchlight down a little further on the hill. There's this guy, but he goes out a ways. I think I've seen him go out to the bridge once and before coming back. So no sprinting through here. Mind where the guard posts are, where the searchlights are. Glance back every once in a while, but you're pretty much in the clear. Now, I mentioned before that the four-wheel drive can be a wild card because it patrols between the outposts and here. As you saw, I got it pretty early on its way into Wakh Sind. If you miss it somehow, it'll be parked down on the road at the bottom level of Wakh Sind. And I don't know if it always exits the way it enters, and if it always enters the same side that you enter. Just be mindful of those things. You could always just wait for your next playthrough before trying to extract the Jeep, or you could just wait until it comes by again.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Exfiltrated hot zone.
And that's all of the objectives in one run. Easy cheesy. Well, I hope you enjoy completing these random objectives as much as I do. If you like this video, subscribe and share please and thank you. See you next time, kiddos.